So I tried to make a Christmas game before Christmas, from the 1st of December to the 24th, so 24 days. Which would be the case if I didn't have to edit this video, as well as upload it on a reasonable day. So around 20 days to make a Christmas-themed speedrunning platformer with smooth movement, visuals, sound effects, music, and multiple levels. All created by me. And yeah, it was a lot. Alright, first day working on the speedrunning Christmas game. Before I actually start working on it, I'm gonna write down some ideas I have. You are Santa delivering presents. Make your way through each house to deliver presents to the tree. You have a timer. When it reaches 0, game ends. And delivering presents. Make the timer go up. Movement, momentum based, running, and dashing. Similar to Celeste, because you can dash in any direction. Date log December 1st today. Wrote down initial ideas. I'll just write down what I did on that day. Just have some sort of idea of what I need to do afterward and what I have done. Christmas speedrunning game. Alright, it's gonna be 2D. Character, body 2D, yep. Color, rect, camera, rectangle shape. There you go. Let's create a new 2D scene, just game. I can put the player in there. And then now what I can do is process, physics process, variable direction equal to 0. So before I do anything else, I'm gonna go to project settings. On left can be A, right can be D, input, dot action, press, left. And then right can be this. If left direction is equal to -1, if right, else direction is equal to 0. Left and right velocity.x is equal to speed times direction. So this should work. I mean, it probably is moving, it's just not. That was the issue. Yeah, there you go. Okay, that works. Now, why doesn't this work? Wait, I'm an idiot. If I get rid of camera 2D, it's been moving. Oh my god, I'm such a fucking idiot, man. It's been moving this whole time. It's been correct. It's just because I have a camera on it. I'm just going to import the tile set I have already. So if I do this, it won't collide with it, will it? Yeah, just go through it. Oh, there you go. I haven't done this in fucking ages. And then, yeah, it works. Now I want to set up momentum. So, max speed equal to 200. There you go. I also do want to add wall jumping. I'll put this below movement. Velocity.y is equal to 50. So that slides down walls. As long as I'm holding jump, it does it. So if I let go of jump, it doesn't do it. But if I hold it, it does it. Oh, yeah. It'd be X. There you go. Just a little test level real quick to see if it works. I could also add a quick dash if dash and direction isn't equal to 0. Velocity dash speed. I could do plus equal so it adds to the overall speed I have. If velocity.x is more than max speed, I could do the deceleration. So I could do plus equals dash speed times by direction. That's a really quick dash though. Also need a dash cooldown, which equals 0, then a dash cooldown time. If dash and dash cooldown is less than or equal to 0, dash cooldown is equal to dash cooldown time. If dash cooldown is more than 0, dash cooldown minus equals delta. Alright, so I mean, I guess that's the dash sorted for now. But yeah, that's the first day done. Did quite a lot. I know I did only a few things, but this is the basic stuff, which makes the game work. So, and then at the bottom, I'll just write down something that I would need to like add on to. So movement needs improving. And there's nothing else I can really say because this is what I did. All right, cool. Day 2 of Christmas gaming. All I really want to do is this, add the dash and make the movement a bit more fluent. All right, here we go. I could copy and paste this. Up, down. What I could do is just add this here. And then that should be it. And I think I've ruined it. Because now when I press W and S, it does the opposite thing. Oh, this needs to be direction Y. Okay. Okay, there you go. Should just work fine now, yeah. If I press... Yeah. Okay, that worked. If I just remove this real quick. Okay, yeah, that definitely worked. Okay, it's going in the direction I wanted it to. It doesn't work up there. Oh, right. Direction is not equal to 0, or direction Y is not equal to 0. And down, left to right, diagonally, in every direction. Now I need to make it a bit more of a dash. Right now I could just fly. I'm just going to keep a label here permanently for testing reasons. Dash cooldown. And if I just put that above it. Okay, that's way too much. I think it's seconds. So like 3 seconds. Okay, yeah, that works. Also, I'm going to turn the size of the cube down to 16 again, because I feel like this is a bit too big. It seems like it goes way higher. Is it because of gravity? I think it is. Also, it kind of slides up blocks whenever you do that, which is kind of annoying. Yeah, like, what is that? I guess I could do dash amount and dash amount, which is just more than 0. Dash amount minus equal to 1 if is on floor dash amount. Dash amount equals 1. So if I dash here and yeah, I only get it when I'm on the floor, which is exactly the same as Celeste. And there is also a cooldown, so I can't just spam it over and over again. Oh, that was cool. I don't think I need this here, because it only gives me a dash if the cooldown's 0. Also, I do kind of want this to add to it. Oh, that works. Oh, what if I just do normal delta? Does it stay like that for longer? What is that? I mean, I liked the momentum thing that I had going, so I'll just go back to 250. And the more you dash, the more momentum you get as well, which actually works pretty well. That could be something like a level where you have to build up speed like this. And then you like jump something, I don't know. I mean, I guess the movement's a lot more balanced now then. It just needs a little bit more balancing. And then tomorrow I'm probably gonna work on power-ups and what I said here, and also work on the timer thing and like actual game logic mechanics. Cool. Day 2 done. So there's at least like 30 hours of footage for this, and as of now I haven't even fully recorded everything yet. So just so this video is not 5 hours long, I'm just going to go through each of the days and the things I did in them, unless there's something interesting that I want to show more of. So on day 3 I improved the momentum and overall feel of the movement, as well as fixed the wall sliding so that the player stops sliding up whenever they dash into a wall. And then I also implemented power-ups. A dash power-up that gives you 1 extra dash whenever you collide with it, as well as a speed power-up which increases your overall velocity, as well as the max speed at which you can move. On day 4, I implemented the UI for the power-up cooldowns, so you can see how many dashes you have and how long of the speed power-up you have left. I also changed the power-up so that they now respawn after a few seconds once collected. On day 5, I implemented the game countdown, as well as the tree object that increases the countdown timer. And I also created a new script that controls in-game events. I then took the 6th and 7th day off to edit the other game devlog video I did, which I recommend you watch if you haven't already. On day 8, I added a main menu to the game, as well as a settings menu with sliders for the audio that will be implemented later in the game. On day 9, I implemented a level select menu screen. I also learned how to load and save files, which will be useful for whenever I fully implement the scores and the settings. And then on day 10, I moved on to the next part of the project, the art. So I'll be using a sprite. I literally just got it a second ago. I was messing around with it and everything, and I just drew this little blob thing, and it looks like a good shape to start off with, I guess. But yeah, I have an idea for this. Yeah, okay, that looks good. It's like symmetrical, kind of. How do I add another layer? There you go. Layer 1 can be beard. This isn't looking too bad. I can have a mouth cut out there or something. Maybe eyes there, maybe. I guess I'll just use the default color palette it gives me. Then red for his Christmas coat. That's what it's called. I need his hat though, I need his hat. So I need another layer. I want to move him along a bit. I guess this looks fine. I'm gonna go off this image. So he's got like a belt, gloves, things around his hands. So I think this looks good for now. I mean, it doesn't need to be perfect, does it? Actually, that kind of looks good. Got a nose. Maybe even like this as well. Yeah. Now's the animating though, the hard part. I feel like I've done very well with this, to be honest. I never thought I'd be this good at animating, but like, this just looks really smooth for some reason. Like, if you look at it from a distance, this looks like it would fit into a game. Okay, how do I export this? Export sprite sheet. Export as. Now that's in this file folder. So I replace the player sprite with animated sprite 2D. Oh, add frames to sprite sheet. Oh, this. Okay. There you go. This can be idle, walk. Okay, that fits in perfectly. Okay, so now I can go into player, then animated sprite, play, walk, and then idle. Why isn't this playing? I guess I can do if velocity less than or equal to 0 and velocity y is that as well. Surely this just works? It does. Okay. Looks kind of weird at the moment, but especially because that little fucking thing at the top. Like, why is there like a tiny thing there? All right. Well, I got the first sprite done, and now I know how to do animations. So I feel like that's good enough. Start Santa sprite. I need to finish Santa animations. So to make other sprites, sound effects / music. Endless mode will just have a score instead of a time, because the timer will go down until it reaches 0, and then that's the end of it. But then the actual ones will have a timer that goes up, and then when you do all of the objectives, that's your fastest time. That's the speedrunning aspect of the normal levels. But yeah, that's all the progress for today. On day 11, I created a tile set that will be used to make the levels. I also did some improvements to the animations and the movement of the character. On day 12, I decided to change the color palette because it was a bit too bland. And I had also finished off all the animations for the character, which I then implemented into the game. I then learned how to implement particles, which helped me create a shadow effect whenever you dash, as well as small particles for whenever you climb on walls and land on the floor. On day 13, I created a tree sprite for the tree object. I also created a sprite for a game start object, that whenever you walk into it, it starts the timer, so that the game doesn't automatically start whenever you load into the level. I also created sprites and particles for each power-up, and I created a background for the game that has separate layers, so that when I put it into the game, they move separately, so a parallax background. On day 14, I implemented a sleigh object that takes you to a game end screen that shows your score, which I also added to the level select screen. I was also able to implement the file loading and saving, so that your scores and settings are now saved, so that whenever you close then open the game, it remembers everything. On day 15, I created a sprite for the sleigh. I then implemented doors and windows that you can break through if you're moving fast enough. And then on day 16, I moved on to the audio of the game. That's a good sound. I guess this is good for power-ups. Guess I'm gonna just call it power-up. This could be good for landing, like when the player hits the floor. I also want one for breaking the glass and breaking through a door. Now what else do I need? I need jumping. Yeah, none of the jump ones are like too loud and jumpy. Maybe something like this, like similar to the one where you land, but yeah, this one's good. That's a really good dash sound, actually. Alright, audio, sound, effects. Alright, cool. Now I need to figure out how this works. Audio stream player 2D. I guess I have to have different ones for each. Sound, then. Jump sound, dot play. I guess this should work then. Oh yeah, let me get all these like set up and everything. And then in the animations where it says land here, land sound dot play, I can do up sound dot play. Fucking hell. Okay, whenever you're on the floor and you hold the jump button, it makes that. So I'm gonna fix that. If is on wall equal to false, and you play the sound. And that's the land sound as well, so I need to do that as well. Okay, so it no longer does the most annoying thing ever, which is great. That's that. That's funny though, I'm gonna keep that. Okay, and I want the jump sound to play when you're on a wall as well. When you jump off of a wall. Put that here. Okay, I also need one for the dash, so when I dash sound.play. Door sound.play. Then Windows sound.play. That's so loud. Is it pitch scale? I turn the pitch scale off. Does it just turn the audio off? That is not what I thought that was. That is fucking horrific. Max value should be 0. Minimum value should be -60. So if I set the audio of everything to that, it should work. Jump sound dot volume is equal to game dot sound effects volume. Settings. Put it like that. It works. Alright, I also need the bell sound for that as well. Okay, so this works pretty well. Sound effects are good. I do need 2 more sound effects. 3 actually. One for the tree, one for the bell, and one for the sleigh. Now I need to set up the clicking for each button as well, so... It doesn't work. Why doesn't it work for? What? It is because it just goes to the next room without... I have an idea. I can handle it within the game script. I'm gonna have to have the game be like an actual thing. Will this still work? Because it is technically connected to it. Okay, this might break everything, but get rid of game scene. Will this break everything? Okay, so everything works fine. Click sound play. Okay, this should work. It works. This is good because then I can have another one called music. Alright, FL Studio. Now I'm gonna need to remember how music works. So I need to get instruments. Oh yeah, I remember this. Okay, what do I do? Doesn't sound very great. Those are Christmas. Those are Christmas. I'm definitely keeping that. Oh, that shit slaps. It's now 11 o'clock and I've been doing this all fucking day. And I'm not good at making music, I can't. It'll probably be done just before I release the game. So I'm gonna just be doing this for the next few days alongside doing the last few things I need to do, like finish up the UI and stuff, but yikes. On day 17, I finished off all of the UI, so all of the buttons, the menus, the UI for the dash and speed power-ups. I then implemented keybind settings that you can change the jump and dash buttons, which also save in the game save file. And for the last few days, I was working on the 2nd and 3rd level. And after that, I went back to try and make music. It's good enough. Like, I don't really think it fits the game that well, but it sounds pretty good. And I also have a menu variation that just loops in the menu. And it's just that. Yeah, I think it's okay. It could have done better, but I don't really know how to make music, so it's fine. But yeah, the game is now completely finished. I've already implemented the music and everything, but it's all done. By the time this video is up, this game will probably be out on itch, which you can play. So the link will probably be in the description. If it's not out as the video is uploaded, then I'll just add it in a few hours after it's been uploaded. But yeah, if you're saying the game, you can most likely play it. So I'm gonna go through like basically everything, the code, and explain what I can of it for anyone that's interested. So the player, here's all the sounds it can make, camera, the UI, the pickup range for the power-ups, the particles and animations, power-up UI, and then the script is fucking huge. So these are just variables that are set at the top. This controls the audio. So audio variables sets the volume of each sound to the variables, visual effects like camera, the particles, the UI for the power-ups, more camera visuals, the actual movement. So buttons, setting the directions. So if you're holding left, directions -1, holding right, directions 1. And this also happens for W and S as well, up and down. The actual code of how the movement works and the momentum of it. Jump and the wall jump. So if you're on the floor and you jump, then it plays a sound and you go higher. If you're on the wall and you jump, depending on what side you're on, it pushes you in the opposite direction of it and it plays a sound and it emits particles. And if you're not on the wall, then both of the particles don't emit. Here's the dash. So if you dash and you have more than 0 dashes and you're moving, then the dash is in the direction. And it's just the dash cooldown and the dash amount, particles, and it plays a sound. And this is just if the cooldown's more than 0, it decreases it until it hits 0. And whenever you hit the floor, it gives you a dash amount. The deceleration, so the momentum stuff, cooldown for this speed power up, and then if the game is in a game end state, so whenever you hit the sleigh, you can no longer move, so you can't just walk off the edge of the map or something. The game timer, so whenever the game starts, the game timer is visible because it doesn't automatically just show it. And then this sets the game timer for each mode. I still have the endless game mode set up in a way, but there isn't actually anything in it. I kind of just cancelled it halfway through because it would no way be possible with what I have. Not for another few months at least. So the tree counter, which I added. So whenever you hit this, there's now a tree counter, which shows you how many you have left. Player animation, so idle animation, walking animation, jump animation, fall animation, climb animation. And then these are the effects of the power-up. So if you walk into a dash power-up, it gives you an extra dash. So if you walk into a speed power-up, it increases your max speed and your velocity. And then it plays the power-up sounds on each one. The menu, it's just this parallax background with play settings and exit. And this is just, you press the play button, it takes you to the level select menu. You press the exit button, it just quits the game. You press the settings button, it takes you to the settings menu. Settings menu, sound effects slider, music slider, jump and dash buttons. And this isn't a button, it's just to tell the player that you can restart the level and exit the menu whenever you want. Because I haven't added anything that actually shows you that. So yeah. And then settings. This is basically if you press the back button, it saves the settings within the file. This is just the camera movement of the parallax background. So whenever you use the sliders, this sets the actual variables of the sound effects volume and music volume to the sliders. This is all the keybind stuff. So whenever you press the buttons, it allows you to set the key for each thing, and then it also saves it. And yeah, these are just the button animations. I have these on every menu thing, like back here as well. These are just animations. Level select's just 3 buttons, labels on them. So there's like a label here that shows the score. This just changes the game scores depending on what score is in the file. These are just, if you click the buttons, it takes you to that specific level. The score menu, so just game over with your final score and the main menu button. If you press the main menu button, it takes you back to the main menu and just sets all like the game variables back to 0. And then it just shows your score as your final time. This is level 1. I won't show the other 2 levels, just not to spoil it. Yeah, this is how I made each level. So I just have a parallax background, the bell object, the doors, the trees, and this is all made with a tile set. So I have different layers like the background, the walls, which I could just like place. And I have decoration ones, which is just like the snow parts that you see like under the house and everything. Makes it look nicer. The bell, which is just this object. Sound, a sprite, a collision shape. And then when you enter it, it just sets the game to start. And that's about it. Tree, so sprite, sound, particles, collision shape. So this just shows if the presents are delivered or undelivered. This frame is for when it's delivered. There's presents under it. And this is the one there where it's undelivered. It makes the star move a little bit with the particles. And then when you enter it, sets the score to +1, sets delivered to true, plays a sound, and then stops the particles. The door, which has a collision shape for when you run into it, a static body for that you can't just walk through it, so it stops you, so you have to be moving at a specific speed to actually run and break through it. Sets all the base variables like the collision layer of the actual collision. If you're moving fast enough, it sets the collision layer to something else so you can actually run through it properly. And if you're at the specific speed, it plays a sound, opens the door, emits particles, and then just sets it to a different collision layer and changes the frame of the animation. And because I only had one frame pointing this way of the door, instead of just making another frame where it's pointing the other way, if you're moving from the right of it, I just set the offset to 12 and flip to the sprite. And it's pretty much the exact same with the window. Instead of flipping the sprite, I just had the particles come from a different direction, depending on what direction you're coming from. Dash power up, I have like a small animation where it just moves up and down a little bit. And there's also particles, collision shape, and then there's a cooldown. Sets with the variables, like it's visible, it plays the animation, sets the collision layer, and the particles are emitting. Decreases the cooldown if there is one, and then if there isn't one, it just sets the sprite to visible, collision layer, particles, and the text. And then whenever you collide with it, it just makes it so that it's invisible. You can no longer collide with it, and it stops the particles, and it has the cooldown time. It's the exact same with the speed power up, except it's a cookie instead of milk. The sleigh is really simple. It's just if you collide with it, stops the game. And the collision box is really tall, just in case you jump over it and it like doesn't count. So if you're like really high in the level and you just decide to try and dash over it, it will always count even if you're high above it. And then the game script is where everything is controlled, basically. Anything that covers the entirety of the game. So like the game timer, level you select, the file saving, the settings. So this is basically loading everything the audio volume, the keybinds. These are the mode timers. This is just like the format I had it in, at which it shows the seconds and minutes. I had to do a bit more code for it because it's a bit more complicated than just having it like that. The restart and quit, it just resets like the timer and the game time and the score and everything. The music, so whenever game start is false, it just plays the menu music. Whenever the game starts true, it plays the actual music, and it just flips between them depending on if you're in the menu or if you're playing the game. The needed score of each level, they're all 5. It won't let you actually collide with the sleigh and end the game unless you have this score. So you have to deliver all of the trees before you can end the game. So this is on the game stop, so whenever you actually collide with the sleigh, saves everything, and it sets the game start to false and game end to true, so the menu actually pops up. But yeah, that's how this game works. That's all of the code. It's definitely one of the more complete games I've ever made, including the ones I made at college. But this is actually really fun. Like, I've gotten quite good at this from just playing and testing over and over again. And it's really fun. There's like lots of little tech you can do in it that wasn't intentional, but it made the game a lot more enjoyable. So specifically, if you like jump and then dash at the same time, it boosts you up further. If you jump off of a wall, then dash, it boosts you up way further. You can do this, which is a cool way to get higher on the wall. And those things are actually implemented into the game, so you would need to know them in order to pass the level. So like level 2, you would need to do this. Level 3, you need to learn how to do that. That's all I'm going to say. Because level 3 is actually really hard. You can do this extremely quickly. Like, sometimes you can get stuck on shit or slow down here so your momentum stops. But I have been able to, like, fully run through this level extremely quickly. Like, I think I got, like, 24 seconds is my fastest time. And I've done pretty good on every level, and you can perfect every level. You just need to be insanely good. This is quite difficult to get good at. I'm so glad I added the restart button because it's so useful. Oh, that was good. That was really good. There are a lot of skips and stuff in this game that you can do that I've purposely kept in, that if you're good enough, you can just speed through the levels. The movement feels really nice as well most of the time. Sometimes it's a bit off with the wall jumping and stuff, but if you get a good feel for it, you can get really good. And like sometimes when you dash, it takes like half a second to reset. You can get really good at timing that and affect the dashes at the perfect times and stuff. But yeah, this is a really cool game. If you get like high scores and shit, if you get like it done quick and stuff, I don't know, like join my Discord server or something and just show me how good you are. I don't know, like send me a video or something, just tweet at me or something, or keep it secret and don't tell anyone, and you'd be the only one who knows you're good at this game. I don't know, you do whatever you want. But yeah, it'd be cool to see people's like high scores and shit on this. Could even maybe do a Discord event where people try and beat my high score or something. I don't know, leave suggestions in comments. What would you like a Discord server event or something? Like a tournament on my game, and the winner gets like a special role or something. Christmas speedrun of 2025, I don't know, like something like that. But yeah, that's the video, I guess. That's the whole project. I had a lot of fun making this, but also probably one of the most stressful times I've had developing a game, because I just only had like 20 days. Actually, I did it in 18 days because of the other video I had to edit. So 18 days for this whole thing, which I think is pretty good, honestly. But yeah, if you play the game, tell me in the description or something, or join my Discord server or whatever, and just say you did or something. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoy the game, and I hope you have a nice Christmas, Merry Christmas, and have a Happy New Year. And I'll see you in the next video, which I don't know when it will be, but yeah, I'll see you then, I guess. Bye!